Today I'm going to show you a quick way to create what's called a hyperdoc. A hyperdoc is really just any document that has hyperlinks inside it. So don't be scared of that word. It can be a Google Doc, or in this case, I'm using a Google slideshow instead. This is a hyperdoc I just created. Inside, you'll see that I've given them a schedule of what I'm expecting them to do. And the reason why Google Slideshow is nice is because you can break apart the schedule on each page. That way, as overwhelming as it might be for students at home, they're seeing one subject at a time. So for example, the first thing on there is library time. And what makes this a hyperdoc is that anything you see that is underlined and in this blue color is a hyperlink to something else. So to start them off with getting their attention, I've asked, have you ever felt unpeaceful, upset, or distraught? And I thought maybe my fifth graders might struggle with the word distraught. If they click on the word, they'll notice that there's a link to dictionary.com that they can open up so that they can understand what it means to be distraught. They can then return back to the hyperdoc and follow directions. For example, it says number 1, listen to the story I Am Peace. That's going to be a link to that story. And think about its message. Number 2, respond, also a link to this question. What are things you, and that should say worry about, change that, and how do you find peace? So let's start with watching a YouTube video of a read aloud of a story, I Am Peace. Then they can go to this Padlet link that I've embedded. Padlet's a great website where you can digitally, virtually communicate with your students. So I've already created this one in Padlet. It is a free subscription. Back to the presentation, they can now go through the rest of my lesson for the day. This one's on social studies. Again, I put in an image just to make it more appealing to the students. Again, there is a link to a video about the 13 colonies and a link to a Google Forms quiz that I created. The next page for me for right now is just a bonus page with Kids Bop, and I haven't added this link yet on purpose so I can show you how to do it. So first, let me find my Kids Bop video here. There it is. You could simply just copy the link from up here in the URL. For those of you in San Juan Unified, right now we have to approve any video that our students can access through their portal. So make sure you click approve, otherwise it will not let them in. So I'm going to copy the link up here, go back to my slideshow. I'm going to pick any word or image that I want to create that link. I'm going to go ahead and just choose the word link because I think that's the most obvious for my students. I'm going to go to insert. It'll go almost all the way down to the word link. For those of you who like to use quick access, you can also use the Command K. Now it's going to ask me which link would you like to put with the word, in this case, link. So I'm going to press Command V to paste the link I just copied and click apply. Now you'll see the word link is underlined and has changed colors so my students know it is a hyperlink. They'll click on it, then they can click on the link from there. The other option is if they use presentation mode, or they can turn the pages and present like this, they still can click on the link and it will work. Now, how do you create a page that looks like this? You'll see I love color. So when I get to a blank page, the first thing I do is just erase everything. I click and drag and erase it. I got this idea from some other teachers to add color in the background. And how I do it is just simply by creating a large text box. You can get really specific and format it to measurements, but I don't care that much. I'm going to insert that text box and fill it with white. And that way now I can go to background and choose what other color I'd want. I really love rainbows, so I go in rainbow order. So this next slide should be purple. That's it. Then I'll need to insert text boxes for anything that I'd like to type. So I like to go all the way across so that I can center it when I'm done. Nice large writing. And I might say something like, you're done for the day. Hooray! Click on it so I can center it just because I like things centered. And maybe I'll insert an image. It's kind of fun. You can do that a few ways. The great thing about using Google Slideshow is you can just press insert image and search the web right here. Let's try that. I kind of like this one. So you can just click it and drag it on there. It takes a little while to get there. You'll need to resize it however you want to make your page look. Another great thing about Google is it automatically saves every 30 seconds or so. And so I'm done. That is my Hyperdoc. It leads the kids through what I'd like them to get done that day, all the way to the end. Now in my Google Classroom, which I already had set up for this particular day, I can now erase all of this and just add one assignment, which will have a link to this Google Doc, which makes it a lot easier for my students to follow it this way. So here's what that will look like. I'm going to create an assignment, and I'm going to call it Tuesday's Assignments. Give some instructions, open the Hyperdoc. Now I need to add that document from my Google Drive. It'll come up as recent, which is nice. You can also search in your drive, but if you just create it, there it is. I'm simply going to add that Hyperdoc. I'm going to not give it a due date, but I am going to put it under the correct topic, which is April 14th. Assign it to all my students. You can choose to give points or not. Right now we're doing ungraded in my district, and I'm going to assign that. Now when I go to April 14th, Tuesday's assignments, again, I can erase all of this that I'd already done because now it's all in one place for my students and they can simply follow along, click the links, and learn. That's all there is to it. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helping those of us that are now navigating the new world of teaching from home. Since you watched to the end, if you click down below, I will share with you the Google Slides template that I used. You can copy it into your own drive and you're already set with some backgrounds. Good luck and have fun and just keep doing what you're doing.